Hello you guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel for the love of. If you're joining me for the first time, I want to say welcome and thank you for taking the time to click on this Rose Girls Wax unboxing. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome back. You guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you, this is my first time ever doing a Rose Girls Wax unboxing. This arrived yesterday evening. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, I think this is a couple weeks ago, I did do a post showing you guys that I did my first time ever Rose Girls Wax order, and it arrived just in time for the holiday weekend. I'm actually filming this on 4th of July weekend, so before I dive into this, I do just want to say I hope you guys are enjoying at least out here in Michigan, we're having beautiful, beautiful weather, hot, humid weather. So I hope you guys are enjoying, staying safe, socially distanced. I'm sure some of you guys are starting to get some of your wax orders trickling in. My USPS is still very, very slow. So whenever I see you guys getting your orders in on Instagram, I know mine typically arrive like 5 to 6 days later. So some of you guys may have already gotten your Rose Girls Wax in, but mine did just arrive. We're gonna unbox it, and without further ado, let's crack this box open and I will show you what I got. And before I dive into showing you guys what I got, I do just want to mention, I do appreciate it when vendors take the time to package everything up nicely. Not that I haven't had any vendors not package things up properly, but nice little touch. They of course have their business card right on here. I do like that they used an actual box. I know some vendors let you choose either a box or like a blister pouch to mail it in. I feel like the box keeps it a little more sturdy, and it looks like she really did a lot of packing and everything like that, so the items are secure. So I just wanted to share that. Let me unbox this and I'll show you what I got. Oh, we got all kinds of goodies in here. This is actually a lot more product. That's awesome. A lot more product than I was expecting. So I'll show you guys the first one I got here. So this was actually their best sellers sampler. So they had a few different bestseller ones. I was really torn between the bestseller sampler bakery, and then they had a bestseller, I think it was bakery plus fruit. I almost got both, but I figured since this was my first time ordering, just to try these ones. I am a gourmand lover at heart, and I figured a lot of these I could use during the fall. Let me pull the individual scents out and I'll show you what fragrances came in this bestseller pack. Okay, so the bestseller pack came with actually 6 different fragrances. I wish I could remember the price point offhand on these. Since this was 6 different scents, I do think it was a little bit more. I want to say maybe 12 or 14. The first one I'm going to show you guys is actually this one right here. This was the Streuselkuchen. Those of you who are German and or Dutch, tell me if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So their wax is just chunked up wax, of course. And then this one, I smelled it off camera. This almost has a bit of a spiciness to it. This to me is very much so like a yummy borderline fall type bakery scent. It's got a little bit of like not cinnamon, maybe like a allspice, baking spice, and then there's a little bit of a gourmand action. Maybe a bit of like a pie crust or something. This one to me is very reminiscent of a fall fragrance though. So that's the Streuselkuchen. And next up out of the bakery sampler, this is Monster Cookie Fluff Puffs. What an interesting name. So I did, again, of course, I'm smelling this one off camera. This one's a little light, different. It almost has, I definitely get like a fluffy, puffy type fragrance. It's kind of weird. It's like maybe like a Rice Krispie or something with a little bit of like a very, very light vanilla-y cookie type fragrance. This one is gonna be one of those ones I'm gonna have to melt this one up. Again, those of you who are more familiar with Rose Girls or vendor wax, don't know if these have to cure. This one doesn't seem too strong on cold. Definitely a different fragrance. We'll see with cure time if it becomes a little bit stronger. But as far as I'm getting on cold, I'm getting just like a light, almost like ricey, puffy, maybe it's because of the name, a very light, airy type vibe fragrance out of this with a little bit of maybe like a vanilla cookie. So that's the Monster Cookie Fluff Puff. And next up out of the bakery sampler pack, this one's just called Carbs. I remember when I was reading the description of the sampler pack, this one smelled or sounded like it would smell really, really good. If I'm remembering correctly, and if I can find the notes, I'll put them up on the screen. I think this one was supposed to be like a donut or some sort of donut fragrance. And while I'm smelling this one, to me, you know what I'm getting? I can see like maybe a donut, but it really smells like a light cinnamon sugared churro. That's what this one smells like to me. It smells like a cinnamon sugared churro. This one's probably going to be really, really good to melt. Again, this one with the cinnamon, anything cinnamon to me reminds me of fall. So this will be a great kind of end of summer into the fall fragrance. But if you like churro type fragrances, definitely check out Carbs. That's what this one reminds me of. And next up in the bakery bundle is Nilla Noel. Now this one I was really excited for. I was thinking it might kind of smell like Destination Waxes, like Vanilla Bean Noel, or just like maybe like a bakery version of it. Now I will say what I'm getting on cold, as I'm smelling this one's a little bit lighter. And what I'm actually finding with all of the bakery fragrances, at least so far in this sampler, they all have almost like an undertone of, which is kind of obvious, a bakery type note. A lot of them have like almost like a bready, kind of warm type note, not a full-on bread note, but I'm getting more of that bakery, more so than say, I guess the main fragrance, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's because these still need to cure. I know these were, I believe, a pre-order if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know if they have to cure a little bit more. This one doesn't seem super, super strong. I'm not getting too much of like an intense vanilla. I don't know what the notes were of everything in this fragrance. It smells nice. I feel like if anything, this might be a really good layering scent, but I do get like a heavier, almost like a bready, donutty undertone vibe out of this one. Whereas I was thinking it was maybe going to be more so like just a sweetened vanilla. Not a bad scent by any means. This is probably going to be those ones I'll have to let cure so it can get a little bit stronger. And that was the Nilla Noel. And ooh, you guys, I just smelled this one off camera. This is Vanilla Crunch Donuts. This is my favorite by far, so far, of the ones that I've smelled so far from the bakery bundle. Vanilla Crunch Donuts. So this one, it's really good, you guys. It's light, but I can see where once this one cures, it's gonna be really, really good. It has kind of that vanilla note I was looking for in the Vanilla Noel, or the Nilla Noel. The vanilla seems to be coming through a little bit more in this one. I get a little bit of a donut type vibe. It just smells like a really good vanilla bakery donut, you know, item, food thing. It smells really, really good. Again, seems a little bit light, but the scent itself is really, yeah, this one's really good. So that's the Vanilla Crunch Donuts. I cannot wait to try this one. I may be tempted to chunk one of these little pieces up and try it in my warmer just to see how it is. Don't think I'll be able to let this one cure. I do think I'll wind up testing this one. This one smells really good. If you're a vanilla fan, if you like bakery vanilla, definitely give this one a try. All right, and we are on last but certainly not least. This is the last of the 6-piece from the bakery collection. This is Dunk My Donut. And you guys, this one's really good too. This one seems to be a little bit stronger on cold. I can only imagine how this one will smell once it has a little bit more time to cure, if these do need to cure, that is. This smells like, this is another one of those ones I think I would use in the fall. I get almost, again, like an allspice, maybe a little bit of a cinnamon, but I do get like kind of like a, I don't want to say coffee and donut vibe, but like a coffee shop type vibe where you're catching wafts of like maybe some cinnamon and some baking dough and donuts and maybe a little bit of cakes and stuff like that. This does smell really, really good. The strongest note in this is probably like an allspice type cinnamon sprinkle. And then you do get that kind of ooey gooey, almost like a fluffy donut type fragrance. All right, and last but certainly not least, this is the last of the 6-piece from the bakery collection. This is Dunk My Donut. What a cute name. This one smells really good too, you guys. So this one's a little bit stronger as well. I'm definitely getting a fall vibe out of this one too. This is one I would probably burn in the fall, maybe end of summer. I definitely get like a strong, it has a little more cinnamon than allspice. Not overpowering by any means, just almost as if like you went into like a coffee shop, maybe during the fall time, and you're smelling like the coffee and the lattes and maybe a little bit of like that dusted on allspice cinnamon that they top like coffee or donuts with. This one doesn't have a coffee note to it, but I definitely get that allspice cinnamon blend with a little bit of like just bakery goodness, just a light bakery goodness. This one again seems pretty strong on cold, so I can only imagine how this one will be while melting. I would say this is one of my favorites so far of the collection. I'd actually say the Dunk My Donut, and then the one that I also just showed you guys, the Vanilla Crunch Donuts. Maybe their donut fragrances tend to come across a little bit stronger, but I would say those two were my favorite of the bakery bunch. And this one, I will definitely wind up chunking this up, melting it, and doing an Instagram follow-up. Don't think I'm gonna be able to let this one cure. So anyways, you guys, if you like cinnamony donut-y type fragrances, definitely check out the Dunk My Donut. This one smells really good. All right, you guys, so that was it on the bakery sampler pack. I cannot believe the amount of product you get out of this. Again, I wish I could remember the price point. I think this is either like 12 or 14, if I'm not mistaken. Again, not a bad price point at all. So at least just out of the ones I was smelling, some were hits, some seem to be a little bit lighter. I might have to let some of these cure, but as always, you guys know I will be doing Instagram follow-ups on these. I do have 2 other items I got, so let me put this one away and I'll show you the other goodies. All right, you guys, so those of you who know and have followed me for a while, you know I love pumpkin pecan waffles from Bath & Body Works. So I actually just went ahead and got a whole full size of the pumpkin pecan waffles from Rose Girls. So, and again, I don't know if these need to cure. This does have a medium-ish strength on cold. I wouldn't say it's a full-on dupe of pumpkin pecan waffles, but it's pretty damn close. It has a little more of that amaretto-y note to it. I don't know if you guys have, burned pumpkin pecan waffles throughout the years from Bath & Body Works. Sometimes the scent changes. Sometimes you'll get more of that kind of pecan-y, syrupy, waffly note. In some years, it has more of that amaretto type note to it. I would say the Rose Girls version definitely airs more on the side of that sweetened, amaretto-y type pecan note. I definitely get waffles in this, but I mean, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I'm really happy I wound up grabbing this one, just especially since you get this giant bag of it. You're obviously gonna hopefully get one that you like. I will definitely be testing this one out. Those of you guys who have used pumpkin pecan waffles from Rose Girls, comment down below. Let me know if you guys typically let this scent cure, just because on cold it seems to be kind of a medium-ish type fragrance. So I don't know if I have to let this one cure or not. I will definitely be at least taking one of these, chunking it up, putting it in my warmer, and doing a follow-up for you guys. So anyhow, that was the pumpkin pecan waffles. Can't wait to try this one out. All right, and we have one final fragrance, and you guys, to be honest, this was the one I was the most excited about, and that's Pie Crust. Back in the day when Bath & Body Works was still making meltable wax melts, they had a pie crust fragrance. It was very short-lived. I kick myself for not stocking up on that one, and it smelled really, really good. I wish they wouldn't have done away with their melts. So I was always on the hunt for a good pie crust fragrance. So that's why I grabbed this one, and I was super excited about it. As I'm smelling this, I'm still on the fence. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. It's a little bit flat. It doesn't have as much oomph as I would have liked. I'm really getting, and again, maybe this one needs to melt down a little bit, but what I'm getting is it smells like a pie crust, but it almost smells like like an unbaked pie crust. Does that make sense? I'm really just getting like that doughy pie crust. It doesn't have that kind of golden or decadent or baked kind of vibe to it. It really just smells like almost like a pie crust dough, which this might be really good for mixing with other fragrances. I can definitely see myself chunking this up and popping it in with, say, like the pumpkin pecan waffles or any of the other bakery ones I got. I do wish this one was a little more baked, maybe had a little more spices to it or something. But if you guys are looking for something that's just like a straight up pie crust / pie crust dough type fragrance, definitely check this one out. Like I said, not bad. I'm just still on the fence. Let me grab another piece from this bag. Maybe. All right, you guys, sorry. I just wound up grabbing another piece from the bag just to make sure I wasn't like getting like a dud chunk or anything. I'm still on the fence. It's not bad. This piece, I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna have to let this one cure and I'm gonna have to let this one melt up. Like I said, those of you who have used this fragrance before from Rose Girls, leave it in the comments below. I'm curious if this one becomes a little bit stronger as it cures. If you're looking for like a straight up dough type scent and you're looking to do scent blending, definitely give this one a try. That's why I purchased this one. That was my intent. I could definitely blend this with like any other fruit fragrance or anything like that. But if you are getting this one, just anticipate that it's very much going to be like a pie dough type fragrance and not like a pre-baked, crumbly, crusty type pie crust. It's definitely just a straight up pie crust fragrance. I will definitely do an Instagram follow-up on this one. I'll burn it by itself or melt it by itself just to kind of see how it throws, because this one's very, very interesting, definitely different. A for effort. I think it's awesome that they have a pie crust fragrance, but I'm just still on the fence. So that concludes all of the purchases I did from Rose Girl, and of course, as most vendors do, they gave me a little sample. So this one's called Speechless. I don't know what the notes are of this one or what it's supposed to smell like, but as I'm smelling this, it's definitely very bright. It's very vibrant. I would say this is some sort of almost like an effervescent-y, fruity type blend. I don't know if this is like a summery type one or if this is one that they've had before. I really just get like a bright, effervescent-y, almost orangey, maybe a little bit of like an orange tangerine with a little bit of maybe some other sort of fruit mixed in there. This is definitely one. Yeah, definitely has some bright fruity notes. This isn't one I'm gonna burn this season. Typically in the summer I do burn citrus, but this summer I wound up just doing all bakery this entire time. So this one I'll wind up saving for probably next summer when I burn citrus fragrances. But if you guys are looking for a really bright, strong, this one's very, very strong on cold. Definitely check this one out. And that one is Speechless. Okay, so that concludes my first ever Rose Girls wax haul / first impressions. If you guys have used any of these fragrances, leave it in the comments below. Let me know which ones are your favorites, or let me know what some of your favorite Rose Girls fragrances are. Now, one other thing, if you guys are familiar or have burned Rose Girl before, please let me know if you typically cure your fragrances or not. And I am curious, any of you who have used that pie crust one, let me know if you have to let it cure, and let me know how you use it. Do you use it as a scent layering thing, or how do you typically use that fragrance? Before I sign off, I do also want to let you guys know I'm on Instagram, so if you're on there, come find me at life, LIFE _ WITH _ letter L. I use my Instagram to post a lot of upcoming videos, purchases, hauls, vendor wax. A lot of these vendor wax, when I chunk these up and pop them in my warmers, that's where I do all of my follow-ups. So if you're on Instagram, come find me. And you guys, that is it for me today. As always, I hope you're having an awesome day, awesome evening, weekend, 4th of July weekend. Be safe out there, you guys. That's it for me. Until next time, we'll see you later.